it safe to risk 7% per trade? Hi, it's Charlie giving you today's video in association with Tickmill. Do check them out. They're in the description box below today's video. So, when it comes to trading, I had a question a while ago from someone who was risking 7% per trade. And when they said that they were finding trading stressful, that was the question that was asked of. I think it was a lady trader. And well, how much are you risking per trade? And she said, well, 7%. And so the answer going back to her was, well, that's the reason why you're finding trading stressful. Because you imagine if you have just a mere 3 losing trades, you're already down minus 21% on your account at that point. That's quite lumpy volatility on your account. Now, you could risk 7% and very quickly have 3 winning trades and be up 21% and then be up 50% and 100% in no time at all. But let me leave you with this thought. In the book, The Hour Between Dog and Wolf, the hour between, if I can write this okay, dog and wolf, no the in there, dog and wolf, by Steve, I think it's Steve Coates. Coates is his surname, Coates. In that book, they did lots of testing of bank traders. And what they found is that the bank traders, this is going back like 15, 20 years ago, the bank traders who took the biggest risks, even if they had amazing returns over 1 year, 3 year, 5 years, because of the big risks that they took, ultimately, there's going to be a point in the market when their approach is out of sync with the market. And so they found that without fail, the bank traders who took the biggest risks, even if they made loads of money over 1 or 3 years or 4 years, at some point they would give it all back and blow up. So the point that was made in the book was, well, what's the point therefore? What's the point in making money for 5 years if you're going to lose it all because your risk essentially is too big? So my food for thought this weekend is have a look at your risk management. 1, if you're finding trading stressful, reduce your risk per trade. And there's no harm in risking very small amounts, far under 1% per trade. Keep your risk per trade low and you'll find your trade better. And 2, always be mindful of, well, it's all very well trying to make money and making, fast money, but what's the point if ultimately you're going to give it back if you're taking bigger risks per trade like that lady? And that brings me to my final point, that retail traders always think about how much money they can make. Professionals always think about how much they could lose. If you just think about that statement, it will always focus you on your risk first, rather than thinking about how much money you could make first, thinking about the risk first. The money will take care of itself. But if you try and make too bigger gains, there is, of course, a risk that comes with that. And that is today's lesson. Have a lovely weekend. I'll see you next week.